everybody, back in Stacey's Art Studio and Gardens Kitchen. So today I'm doing some spaghetti sauce canning, and somebody had a question about that, so I thought I'd do a little video about it. So first, let's talk about the two different ways that you can, and the one that I do all the time is water bath canning. Water bath canning you can do with acidic foods like tomatoes and fruits, sugar foods. So that's all I've actually done. I've never done any pressure canning, and I plan on doing the pressure canning, but that's for like chicken soups, beans, pastas, meat, potatoes, whatever those kind of things are for pressure canning. You can't do them in a water bath. In a water bath, you can do it because they have acid and sugar, and so that's why. So I've been doing the spaghetti sauce for a really long time. So the next thing I thought I'd talk about is the recipe for spaghetti sauce and why I would can spaghetti sauce even though I don't have the fresh food growing in my garden. However, this year I was able to use the tomato sauce that I canned from my garden last year, so that's exciting. However, it does require crushed tomatoes and tomato paste and tomato sauce for the recipe. And I'm not going to share the recipe because it's something I just found on Pinterest, so just go ahead and find a recipe that you like. The reason I do it, even though I'm buying some canned goods to make the canned spaghetti sauce, is it's so much better and cheaper. So, and talking about money, let's talk about the investment. First, you do have to do an investment, and that is you've got to buy the jars, and you need to have the water bath canner. That's what this is, the dark gray one. You can find them a lot of different places pretty inexpensively, but then some times of the year they're not super inexpensive. So you really just kind of have to search your places, like try farm stores, Walmarts, even the grocery store early in the year will carry them. You can get them on Amazon. They're going to cost more through that way, but if you just search, you can find. And once you have one, you never need to get another one. You need the rack. That's what this is here. This is a rack. If you can see it as I'm trying to lift it a little bit. And you need a nice funnel. These are very inexpensive. This is super important. This is a grabber. So this is a batch I did 2 nights ago. I'll tell you a story about that. But you can grab it out of the hot water just like that. And really, this tool just is so important. And they're very inexpensive. You can get those online pretty easily. This is a little magnet to grab the little tops out of the water, which is handy. And then I use this to grab the empty jars out that I have sterilizing right now. So those are the tools, and then I've got a big stock pot that I'm making the spaghetti sauce in right now. Okay, so the process is you make your spaghetti sauce, and then a lot of people will sterilize their jars in the dishwasher, which is fine. But what I do is I fill my pot, and I put the empty jars and tops in it, and I get it started boiling while I'm cooking whatever I'm making, like the spaghetti sauce or jam or pie filler. And then I just grab these out with this little grabber and carefully pour the hot water out so we don't burn ourselves. And oops, the bigger jars are harder. And just set them on a towel. I put them on a towel. So this batch of spaghetti sauce that I'm making fills 6 of the medium-sized jars. I think they're a pint. And then 2 of the really big jars. And the reason I split that up is I'll use the small jars for just some spaghetti when I'm making spaghetti for us. And I'll use the big jars for lasagnas, that sort of stuff. Now, in our house, we love spaghetti. I mean, just love it. But the kiddo, he can't eat it anymore because of his gut issues. He has some it's a neuropathy from the chemo. Unique problems, so cooked tomato stuff is hard on him. Okay, so now I'm going to grab the magnet thing. But the hubby and I just love spaghetti sauce, so I still make it. And then once in a while, what I'll do is I'll make our stuff, and then I'll make a Alfredo version for the kiddo, or a pesto version for the kiddo. And this year I'm hoping to make my own pesto, but I'm not sure yet. It's the basil plant I have is a mint one. So that may not work. Mint basil pesto, I don't know. Go, almost out. So the other night I could not sleep. I was up till, I don't know, forever, and I just could not sleep. And I thought, well, I'll get up and do something useful and be real quiet. And the kitchen needed cleaned, so I started cleaning the kitchen, and then I saw my stuff for the spaghetti sauce that I needed to make, and I thought to myself, oh, I'll just make spaghetti sauce and can it. That's what I'll do. That caused a problem in the household, that's for sure. Boy, I tell you, my brain doesn't work so great sometimes, I have to say. So I'm out here cooking the spaghetti sauce, getting ready to can it. Out comes my husband at 2 in the morning. He's like, what's happening? What time is it? Why is there food? And then a half an hour later, the kiddo comes from his apartment. So I was like, okay, note to self, don't do that again. Do something. Maybe I'll make lotion or something in the middle of the night. Okay, so this is why this is so handy, because then you don't get sauce all over your jar. So next we transfer the sauce to the jars. And don't quite fill it. Leave some headroom is the word that's used in canning. We'll move to that one. And we'll just keep doing that. And then my water is still boiling in the canner, in the water bath canner. So it's good and rolling. And then according to wherever you live is how long you need to have it in the water canning. So I'm not going to say how long it takes because I think you need to look it up. There are government websites on canning and the times that it needs to be in the water bath for your area. And it has to do with elevation and how much time is needed, and also the whatever it is you're cooking. So I just thought I would show you the process of getting it into the pot. At least it takes a pretty long time here, so I won't show you the end product, but I'll show you the process. I forgot to mention you should have a ladle. A ladle is helpful, very helpful. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my goodness. So this year, when I first started doing spaghetti sauce and canning it, I thought, how how strange. Why would I do that with canned goods? To canned spaghetti sauce that I could buy canned. But I thought, well, give it a try, see what happens. And it just tastes so much better. Oh my goodness. So when I first started, I just would do a few jars at a time, but it's so much easier to just do it all at one time. Just do a whole bunch and then you're done. And it looks like I'm short one jar today. You never know, it's kind of different. All right, need some paper towels, hang on. Be right back. Here, so we're gonna wipe down the edges of the lid. Let's take that out of there. And then, where's my, there it is. Little magnet. Here we go, that way we don't have to touch it. And pop the top on. And the jars are very hot, so remember that. Wipe down the lid. I mean the top of the jar here. And the key with canning is making sure everything is, sanitized and clean. And heat is important. Doesn't want to stay. There we go. So now I do a full year batch whenever I do these. I love the idea with canning is that you can have food stored that's basically fresh food. And it'll last so much longer than putting it in a freezer and stay fresher for sure. And it's available. So it may take me, a couple hours to do all of my canning for the year for the spaghetti or, fruit, because I'll be doing that again this year too. I'll be doing fruit again because we use a lot of fruit in our house. Okay, now the other thing is you've got to, when you put your jars in your water, the water needs to come up over the top of your jars by a couple inches. And it does. So now I'm just going to set my timer, otherwise I will forget. I have a terrible memory. And if I don't do it right away... There, that started. So there you go. That once that's done boiling, then I'll pull them out and stick them on the counter. And as you're pulling them out, usually the top is popping down already, but it has to pop down. So there'll be a little lip, a little button there, and the heat and the suction will pull that down. And once you've pulled that down, then you know it's sealed and is good. If it doesn't do that, then you need to stick it in the fridge and use it right away, because you can't store it without that sealed up. And then also over, if you have it for a long period of time, it may lose its seal and then your food's going to be no good. So you just want to keep an eye on that. A lot of people will store this without the little screw top on, because then they can see if something has lost its seal, and they can get rid of that right away so it doesn't stink up the place. I keep the top on it because of the way that I store my food. I stack it. So, and I don't have huge amounts like other people do that are like serious canners. So I just do it like that. So those are the tips that I know for canning the acidic food in a water bath. And I hope that helps you. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.